guys, and welcome to another edition of Ghost to Host. Once again, no correlation to Coast, although I do love that show. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about cryptozoology and what people don't. For the people who don't know what that is basically the study of animals not yet documented by science.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Now that we have that all up and out of the way.
Where's your book? Never mind.
Right there. We are going to talk about the,
Shout out to Zachy and Derek.
Yes.
Hey guys, why did I say it like that?
I don't know. You're a freak. Alright, we're going to talk about, paranormal news. What I have right now, this moment, I just got a Facebook thingy from Zach, and he shared that whole, the 3 people were possessed, here. Let's rewind that story again. 3 people were admitted into the hospital after supposedly being possessed by a demon after playing with a Ouija board. Now, for those of you on my personal page, I posted that video. They apparently took a video of one of the ladies.
Did not watch it.
Yeah, it was weird. She was basically sitting there going the whole time.
So it's like me waking up.
I don't know. I've never been in the room when you woke up.
That's more lines of my dad waking up. Throw some swears.
Well, okay. But anyways, it was kind of weird. I don't really understand what I don't know the whole story. I don't know if they decided that they wanted to let the demons in. But I know that Ouija boards are kind of a dangerous thing to play with if you don't know how to use it. Since we're on the subject, I remember working at Maverick, and a teenager came in one day, and he was asking if anybody knew anything about paranormal stuff, and I said, yeah, I'm a ghost hunter, all that lovely stuff. And he said, oh, well, me and my friends want to play with a Ouija board. What do you suggest we do?
Not do it.
That's exactly what I said. But he's like, well, what if we're going to do it anyways? And I said, well, then you need to, research and study how to close it down if you open it. And so he's like, okay. And I can't remember the demon he said, but he told me that he was trying to get in contact with a specific demon that supposedly, finds its way out of...
Its way out.
Yeah, finds its way out of the Ouija board. What?
It's not so good that we don't have a camera.
Yeah, probably not.
Because it keep its way out.
I don't think they would find that appropriate. But anyways, I tried to convince him not to, and he didn't listen, so...
He's probably dead somewhere.
I don't know what happened to him. I never saw him after that. But it was one of those kids that we scared in Grafton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was like, oh yeah, I remember going to Grafton and a bunch of ghost hunters were doing some demonic stuff, and it scared the crap out of us, and I was like, that was me.
Sincere apologies, Sarah.
Yeah, I guess, and not really.
No sorries for me.
So, Steven, do you have any paranormal news?
No, not really.
You stole mine.
What? I stole what?
Really?
Yeah, I said you stole mine.
Oh.
There has to be more paranormal stuff out there.
My pillow fell off the bed today, and I was...
Oh, so here we go. Now that the paranormal news is out of the way, we can do paranormal experiences that we've experienced in the last 24 hours.
Nothing. Surprisingly, nothing.
Nothing at work?
Nothing at work.
Other than breaking the computer screen?
Shut up.
Alright, Tammy, what was your story?
I was
You can
laying
explain
down.
your story.
I didn't go to work today because I had this weird infection in my eye. And I was laying down watching Netflix, and the pillow, I gotta sit perfectly still, and the pillow decided to just bloop, fall off the side of the bed. And I just stared at it for a second, and then I texted my husband, Aaron. And I was like, so the pillow just fell off.
Wait,
and
did
then
we do introductions?
Nope. But if they've been tuning in, they know that it's me, Aaron, Steven, and my wife, Tammy. Since those are the introductions now.
Okay, there we go. That was...
But anyways,
Tammy's building snowmen with cereal.
with Fruit Loops. She reminds me of a child in church.
Right.
Anybody who went to a Mormon church knows exactly what the crap I'm talking about. I'm gonna wreck it.
No, I'm making it really cool.
Okay. Alright, now...
It's the Tower of Fruit. Fruit.
The Tower of Fruit. Yes, we're going to move on to the main whole deal. We're going to talk about cryptozoology.
TD!
Nobody bumped the table.
There's no promises. I'm not going to promise that I'm not going to bump the table. Nobody bumped the table. Alrighty, like I said before, cryptozoology is the study of animals that are not yet documented by science. Many people believe in cryptozoology, many people don't. I, for one, do believe in some cryptozoology. Some of it's just so far-fetched that I can't believe in it, but some of it is quite possible. Some notable cryptids that everyone will know are things like Bigfoot, the Yeti, which are not the same. They're two completely different things.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra, you know.
Is the Yeti like a frozen Bigfoot?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a frozen Bigfoot. You know, Loch Ness Monster.
The one Loch Ness in Canada has a different name, though.
I don't know.
I can't remember the name.
Is Nessie and the Loch Ness Monster the same thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
Tammy.
Okay.
They are.
I don't know much about this topic, so.
Yeah, she
be
doesn't
asking
know
a lot
much
of
about this
questions.
topic. But anyways.
Why'd you make me then?
What?
What the hell?
That's totally going in the sound clips.
Where are you mean? Alrighty, so I found a list of the top 50 cryptids from around the world. Some of them I have heard of them, some of them I have no clue what they are.
Are you going to read them all?
No, I'm going to
Anytime
read the
during-
ones that I find interesting.
Anytime during this episode, if you want to call in with like a spotting or, you know, you said you were driving down the street and you saw a Bigfoot, I actually do have a story now that I think about it, so we'll get to that later. But
Talking
What
about
story?
Ouija boards, dude.
when
Yeah.
I was driving down Riverside Drive, and there's like that huge field that just caught on fire a couple weeks ago. Saw something like really big black.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about it, so.
I don't know what that could have been. I don't think that there is... excuse me. I don't think that there is quite enough forest and forestation
No, I'm not saying
around
it's
St. George.
Bigfoot, but
Well, if it was a Bigfoot, it's really good at hiding.
Well, they are
Maybe
known
there's
to
like a-
hide.
Yeah, but where? In
they
St.
haven't
George.
been
Where could
found,
it have been?
so obviously they're really good at
I
hiding.
do got a Bigfoot story, though. What, you guys
Then
see?
you can share your Bigfoot story. Let's listen to Steven's Bigfoot story.
Went camping with my friends Matt and Helen at Pine Park. Oh, good.
Sorry. Just continue.
It's really good.
No, you can. Sorry. Continue.
We were at Pine Park. That was pretty funny, though. Anyone whose Pine Park is cool. If you don't, neither do I.
That made no sense.
Nobody touched the table.
Anybody who's cool.
If they know where it is, awesome. If you don't, I don't either. I was in the back.
Oh.
But we were camping out, and we were talking about the one with Bobo.
Bobo?
Yeah, the tall guy who looks like he's never had a girlfriend in his life. Finding Bigfoot or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And
That guy. Okay.
and we were just goofing off, and like Matt started doing these weird, stupid like Bigfoot calls,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I picked up a stick and I just smacked it against a tree, and then it was dead quiet. But then, like 5 minutes later, you hear like a. It was not at the campsite. It was a little further down the road,
Yeah.
and we were the only ones camping on that night. And that was
How much further down the road would you suspect the sound was?
It was pretty close.
Yeah.
Like I want to guess probably like 10, 15 feet.
Yeah. That's weird. Let's look down this list and we'll name things. Ha! How ironic, Bobo. Sea monsters of the North Pacific Ocean are frequently reported off Monterey Bay since the 1940s and have been given this local name. That doesn't tell me hardly anything
No,
about that.
Not a beat.
Let's start off with Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
El Chupacabra.
Piper.
Piper, yeah, my dad called her. Here's one story. It says, I'm not even going to pronounce the city that this was in, but it was in Chile. Iquique? Iquique? I don't know. Iquique. I don't know. Chile. Last April, farmers in why do they give me such difficult names? In Calama, a mining town in the heart of Chile's harsh northern desert, awoke to find their goats and sheep dead in their pens. An unidentified predator had mutilated the animals' necks. By the time The television cameras arrived. The rumor of a chupacabra attack, Chile's first, was spreading fast through the slender Pacific nation.
Now, do you believe chupacabras real?
I don't know.
Like, you think it's a monster or like an undiscovered dog?
I think it might be an undiscovered dog or something. Because we've seen videos of, that police officer chasing what he called the chupacabra in Texas. Running down the road, and he caught it with his dash cam. What I'm starting to lean towards is a type of unknown dog or something. They think it might be a hybrid between a wolf and a coyote, a Mexican wolf or something like that. And a coyote. This information that I'm reading says that some people suspect it might be a Bigfoot with teeth. A mix of vampire and marauding furry lizard, the chupacabra has become one of the most common beasts studied under general heading of cryptozoology. So I actually had a friend back in 7th grade who claimed his uncle was attacked by chupacabra.
Really?
Yeah, you know who he is. It's a conspiracy. That's all I'm going to say. But I know that he was obsessed with it. He would make drawings of it, and he claimed that his uncle had 4 big scratches down his back or something like that. But it says that basically what the chupacabra does is it kills goats and it sucks the blood out.
It totally sucks.
Sucks the blood out, yeah. They claim that it's a type of vampire. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Kind of wish that we were, nearer to Mexico so we could go hunt for it, but I honestly have no clue what it is or where it is. I was reading down this list and there's something called a globster. That one caught my attention for some reason. It's a strange-looking giant creature, also called blobs, washing up on beaches of the world. They get the media and scientists excited and sometimes turn out to be unknowns. So that's interesting. Here's one that I want to talk about, and if anybody knows anything, has had experiences, listening to the show, feel free to text us so we can read your experience or call so that we can put your experience on. You can tell it if you want. But I want to talk about the Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil?
Yes.
Jersey.
I don't know if you've ever been to New Jersey.
I've been to New Jersey.
But did you hear anything about the Jersey Devil?
We were, not in, the wooded area part of New Jersey. We were on the boardwalk and... Oh. And... Yeah, we were, in the heartland of, Tanville. Mm-hmm. And... So no one... I really didn't want to talk to people in New Jersey. No offense to anyone from New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's not true. We drove through, a little area for lunch.
Yeah.
But no one really mentioned it, talked about it. I've seen stuff on TV about it.
Yeah. The only thing I know about the Jersey Devil is that it's suspected to be a child of the devil, basically.
Yeah, because from what I heard on TV, saw on TV, this lady back in the 1800s was pregnant, and right before it popped out, she offered it to the devil or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And then it flew up on the roof, and the
and
minister dude was like, ugh! And then it flew up the house, and there you go.